Here on Live Impact News on WCNC Plus, I'm Nick Serderman. So today, President Donald Trump hosted Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy for talks at the White House. And so the U.S. leader, President Donald Trump, signaling he's not ready to sell Kyiv the Tomahawk long-range missile system that Ukrainians say they so desperately need. So again, they had that meeting. Then President Trump also today got on a call with Kyiv and Moscow to say, quote, stop where they are and end the brutal war following that lengthy meeting with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy. We also heard from President Zelenskyy after that meeting. Let's take a listen in to what President Zelenskyy had to say.
Sorry?
What did you tell them?
No, they, of course, they know the topic. One of the topic what we discussed with President Trump was about security guarantees. We want United States be a part of security. We count on the leadership of the United States. We spoke about it, and of course, but coalition of the willingness is our main European partners, and of course, United States. We spoke about it. And we spoke our conversation about air defense is very important. You know, when drones attacks, it's useful to speak. It's difficult, and we spoke also about program Pearl. You know that United States President, they opened for us this corridor for Europe, for NATO, and the delivers came from these countries and also from others, but from these countries. So Europe pay for this and then give us weapons. So we spoke about it.
Please. CBS News now on his letters. President Trump sounded doubtful that Ukraine could regain all the territory that Russia occupies, even though he has said the opposite recently. What do you think he believes?
Of course, the question of territory is a very sensitive question, very sensitive and the most difficult, really, question. My position, I know that Russia has another position. They want to, they really want to occupy everything. But now they want, before any kind of ceasefire, make a deal about land, about our territories and etc. Our position is that, look, first we need ceasefire. So we need to sit and speak and to understand where we are. And I think this is the most important first step. That is where we are. I think that President understands that the most difficult questions will be in any kind of negotiations, in any format of negotiations, will be the territory of, it's a pity, but the territory of Ukraine. So, but...
Mr. President, thank you. How does President Trump view Ukrainian strikes on Russia's oil sites? And is Ukraine coordinating this with...
No, really, we didn't speak about it. We didn't speak about our answers on strikes on Ukrainian energy system, our answers to Russian side. No, we didn't speak about it.
But why do you think Vladimir Putin is avoiding this? Is he afraid of you?
Sorry?
Why do you think Vladimir Putin is avoiding this? Is he afraid of you?
President Trump is not a secret. I think that he said it. I think he said that Putin hates me.
Do you hate him?
But I think, look, I think this it's strange if they try to kill all of us. So I will have another attitude to this person. I have the same attitude to this man. Sorry? Над цим? Ну, це не про почуття, до речі. Це не про почуття. Для мене і для кожного українця вони на нас напали, і тому це для нас ворог. Вони не хочуть зупинятися, це ворог. Це навіть не про те, що хтось когось ненавидить. Хоча, безумовно, ми ненавидимо ворога. Безумовно.
Secretary Zelenskyy, Cameron Henderson from the Telegraph.
Didn't have enough time to speak about sanctions. Sorry, we had a long meeting. Thanks again to American side, but we didn't have enough time to speak about everything. But we decided that we will have some phone calls in some, I don't know, week or days.
President Zelenskyy, Cameron Henderson from the Telegraph. Please can you confirm that you did not speak for one moment about Tomahawk missiles? And please can you give us any figures you have on drones that you're willing to send to the US in return for US support?
Sorry, what about Tomahawks?
Sorry,
No.
Колеги, може допоможіть. Чи був хоч один момент, коли ви говорили про Tomahawk?
Yeah, we spoke about Tomahawks. I'm open with it. We won't very much. Yes, and then President already, I think that American side said that. Look, we have to understand because we don't have. I mean, we need them. And this is the position of American side for today. But nobody. I mean this. Nobody canceled this dialogue, this topic. Yes, so we just we have to work on it more.
Is there any specific number put on the number?
I can't share such details. Ask American side, please. It's your weapon.
Newsmax, please. Newsmax, please. Newsmax, please. Newsmax, please.
Mr. President, in your conversations with the White House, is the White House offering you any concessions, any territorial concessions?
We understand Russian proposition, and this you remember this swaps of territories and etc. I'm not sure that Russia changed their position. I'm not sure because we didn't have any kind of meetings to understand positions of both sides. So nobody can finish this without Ukraine. You know, that's why this is a sensitive issue, as I said, about territories. You will see it will be a very difficult moment in these negotiations, but I'm sure that we will have negotiations.
Вибачте, хотів українською запитати.
Будь ласка.
Зараз транслюємося в Україні.
Будь ласка.
У нас же і без томагавків достатньо американської далекобійної зброї, яка могла б у відповідь наносити удари і захищати населення людей. Те, про що говорять і пишуть дуже багато в Вашингтоні, що начебто є проблеми з дозволами, є проблеми з використанням. Чи дійсно це так? Чи ви порушуєте це питання? І наскільки для України зараз важливо добитися, домогтися того, щоб хоча б цю заборону зняли, якщо вона є?
Дивіться, Україна, в принципі, за ці роки стала достатньо сильною, так, але ми не можемо сьогодні боротись своїми системами ППО проти, наприклад, проти балістичних ракет. І так само на такі удари балістичними ракетами, яких просто наша енергетика не витримує. Нам дуже складно, безумовно, дуже складно. На це потрібен pressure, так, тиск. Дуже потрібен тиск. Я вважаю, що пакет відповідної зброї – це такий тиск. Ми про це говорили ще півроку назад, і ще до президента Трампа, до речі. Ми про це говорили. Для того, щоб деякі проводити операції суто по військових цілях, вам потрібна сукупність факторів. Передусім, це використання разом і дронів, і деяких інших видів зброї. І нам дечого не вистачає, хоча свої інструменти з'являються, і їх немало, але ми розуміємо час. Час грає точно не на користь людей, бо це час війни. Дякую.
Sky News, please, and then ABC. Sky News.
They will work, our teams, on drones. They will work. I don't want to go to further, but even before my team been here, some days in Washington, and they work with the United States. So we are open for these propositions, and the teams, they really work, and I think that United States will have some of types of drones.
Путін добився тим, що отримав зустріч з
Ольга,
Трампом.
будь ласка.
Mr. President.
Sky News, please.
Yes, Mr. President.
Yeah.
Sky News. did you telephone European leaders for support because you believe President Trump is being played by President Putin, being tricked by him?
In any way, these leaders, and really Europe, big supporter of Ukraine, and European leaders, I didn't call them to have this support. I know we have this support. It's our way of our strategic partnership. When we call each other, we have a lot of phone calls and messaging. We live in this, really. Yes.
But do you feel that's important?
But I just wanted to tell you that I knew before my meeting with President Trump that I will have connection with partners.
But do you feel that's supported by the argument that Trump is planning a second assault on Yes, do you feel the support of European leaders is more important now that there's going
No, everything is important. Look, we are in the war. No. United States support is very important. President Trump's support is important. European leaders, so we don't want to divide it. You know, a lot of circumstances and a lot of people want to divide, and we are not on this side. We are on the side to have unity between Europe and the United States. It's important, vital for us.
Okay, ABC, please. ABC,
What
please.
do you Thank you, Mr. President. Mary Bruce with ABC News.
President Putin.
Mr. President, Mr. President, thank you. What do you think Vladimir Putin wants to get out of this upcoming meeting with the president? Does he want a deal like Trump says?
I don't know.
Or is he just buying time? And do you think that Putin convinced Trump not to give you the tomahawks that you're seeking?
I think that Russians afraid about tomahawks, really afraid, because it's a strong weapon, and they know what we have, what kind of weapon we have, our production, and they understand that combination with tomahawks, because we speak about it. We don't speak about tomahawks like tomahawks. We need combination, and that's why they're afraid of this combination. They understand what we can do. That's why they do a lot of different steps and a lot of very positive messages not to our side, of course. Yes, that's what they do because they afraid it. And I don't know what. And you asked about.
And leaving today, are you more or less optimistic that you are going to get those tomahawks?
I'm realistic.
That's not a yes or no.
Stop fighting now and declare victory.
Sorry.
President Trump said you and President Putin should stop fighting now and declare victory where you are. Declare victory. Do you have a comment on this? He just posted this.
What do you say? What did you?
Can you say again, please?
President Trump said you and President Putin should stop fighting where you are and go to declare victory. Do you have comment?
Почули, що маєте зупинитися там, де є.
We have for our nations and for such circumstances where we are and what we have and against and such big country which is against us, I think we have to stop where we are, and he is right. President is right, and we have to stop where we are. This is important, to stop where we are, and then to speak. If one man doesn't want to, this other people, other groups will meet and speak what to do, how to manage, how to have the real steps to real peace. Lasting peace. This is important, but I agree with President. Yes, both sides have to stop. But between us, it's about Putin because we didn't begin this war.
Mr. President, here, please. Yes, Suspilna.
Are you open to the trilateral meeting?
I'm open, as I said, to bilateral, to trilateral, and I don't know if we have some other formats. I'm open for any kind of formats which can bring us closer to peace.
Будемо завершувати.
Так, останнє.
Okay, also last question with BBC. Sorry, we have to wrap it up. Yeah, here, BBC.
You said you discussed security guarantees, Mr. President. You said you discussed security guarantees. It's many weeks now after the Alaska summit when the European leaders came here and the security guarantees from the European forces discussed, but we still don't have any clarity about an American American security guarantee.
All right, so it looks like that just wrapped up. So that was Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy earlier today after his meeting with the White House. All right, so we're going to take a break. We're going to be back in just 2 minutes here on Live Impact News on WCNC Plus.